G'day, my name's Justin. My boat is a Streaker 6100 Bluewater Commander. So my fishing is fundamentally Port Phillip Bay, Western Port Bay or light offshore. I have a family, 2 boys and a wife, so we're very lucky to spend some time down the Mornington Peninsula and go out squidding and gummies and things like that. And I also fish quite a bit solo, be it late afternoon or into the night, to get away from the kids. So choosing the boat that I did was also a big part of it, was making sure that I could handle it on my own. So obviously buying a new boat can be a bit of a daunting task, because you work out your budget and then you work out what can fit into it. And there's a number of different choices. For me, I wanted a fiberglass boat for quietness and ride. I wanted to buy new. I'd done up a previous boat with my brother-in-law before that we'd sold together. And something between the 5.75 and 6.1 metre mark, enough room for 4 burly blokes if we could go fishing with space. So in factoring all of those up, we ended up with a Streaker. For me, what was really important was a great electronics package, something that was user-friendly and that could help me find the fish, because, you know, I'm the person that really takes, you know, I'm fishing, not catching, to a new level. So the 6100 Bluewater starts off with a Yam 150. You can option Yamaha or Mercury motors up to the 200, and for me the 200 was important. One, that if I load the boat with the boys and wife and gear, and you get into a little bit of chop, having that little bit of extra power on hand is really critical. Plus, if I'm offshore, going offshore, you know, tuning, gumming, sharking, whatever, and a few big burly blokes on board, full fuel and a bit of gear again, you want that extra pizzazz, which is really important. So the 200 was a non-negotiable for me. We've got a Simrad Evo 2 at 12, the Simrad 2009 sounder, and fundamentally because all of my fishing is in sort of 4 to about maybe 50 metres tops, we went the bronze 175 high wide chirp transducer. There's also the 4G radar as well, because fishing at night, there's kayaks that don't have lights on them, all sorts of other boats that boaters do funny things where they anchor at night, so got to have the radar. So it's actually got me out of trouble before. And I really liked the way that the Commander had the rear storage open hatches and everything was accessible, so a back sort of transom seating mount wasn't something that I wanted to go with. So we optioned up moving to more the cruise craft style, which was doing stainless steel seat framing, and then we've got 2 110 litre Evercool ice boxes with split lids, so when they're fixed in position you can use them as seats. Massive fish box, one for food, drinks, the whole works. The wife has a love-hate relationship with the boat. Loves it when the kids are enjoying it and the conditions are absolutely glassed out smooth. Hates it when I'm in the shed cleaning it as much as I am every night, taking away from husband and wife time. And everything takes longer than, you know, what you say it does with a boat, right? And you know, Paul Carter said on his wonderful show The Live Well in recent times, you know, the contribution that each boat owner does to the state of Victoria and all of its petrol and taxes and e-tags and things and boat ramp fees when you go out and drive it. And, you know, I'd hate to think, you know, what that is for me, but, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, as they say, bang on another 1,000, eh? Yeah. Well, when you purchase a boat, any boat, doesn't matter what budget, you know, it's your pride and joy. And if you're lucky enough, like I have been, to win over the better half and make that purchase, the last thing that you want to start thinking is, when am I going to make my next boat purchase? Because that will end in castration. So so it's really important that you do look after your boat. I'm lucky enough that I can keep it in my shed, and so for me, I've got a little bit of experience in vehicle paint protection and aircraft paint protection. So we put a ceramic paint protection over the entire boat, which adds almost like a hardened layer to the top of the fiberglass. Unbelievable gloss, water beading effects, but also reduces the environmental effects on the boat, minor scratching, oxidisation, things like that. Highly recommend it to anyone who's purchasing a new boat. It shows so some of the features of the boat. The Commander package comes fully laden with everything: front and side clears, stainless rocket launcher, stainless snapper racks. Things that were important for me to add were the boat catch for handling on my own, for launch and retrieve, trim tabs, so that if the boat is out of balance or I'm side on into a wind, I can level out the boat on the plane. Obviously the customised electronics package, went in the nice Fusion 300 BB stereo, and yeah, that's fundamentally all I changed. More importantly, also the trailer, and a really good consideration for people these days. In your entry-level boating packages, you tend to only get box style gal trailers. I'd highly recommend, for a small extra charge, and we're talking only hundreds of dollars, not thousands, to at least go to a C-channel trailer. It means that no water stays within the galvanised metal at all, and it means that you've got a trailer that will be impervious to rust for many more years to come. Yeah, so ride and handling was important to me, so I could go through the slop, but also have a boat that's quite stable. It's sort of a 50-50. It's hard to get a boat that's perfect, that's stable at rest, and then rides direct into a head sea really well. I think the Streaker's got a really good combination. It's about a 20-degree Deadrise boat, quite stable for big boys on the water, which is really important because all the kids jumping around, you can't sort of tell anyone to sit in one spot. It's not going to happen. So yeah, ride and handling is great. It's a proven hull. It's been around for decades. Hi, my name's Justin, and this is my Streaker Bluewater Commander, and I love it.